Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. We have some stuff to talk about. Let's see. Rachel Raquel, lawsuit news. She's slamming Ariana. We got to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey and some other pop culture things. So grab your favorite beverage. Hopefully, you're wearing something comfy, and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want. 'Cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture Joleen Lunzer here to talk about trending pop culture stories, reality television. We take a comedic look, we roast, we react, we recap. Just so you know, I'm very opinionated, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a different opinion and share your opinion in the comment section or the live chat, and we can just agree to disagree.
That's my opinion!
Remember, everything I say is alleged for entertainment purposes only. However, everything I say is true except for the parts that are false.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Hello. First things first, a couple YouTube things to get out of the way. You guys, make sure you smash that like. We are well on our way to 40K subscribers. We are less than 300 subscribers away. So share me with your friends, family, and other comedy and pop culture vultures out there. And if you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you know the drill. You can send a super chat while we're live. I'll highlight your comment. We'll talk about it. You can send a super thanks after the video posts. That's also a great way to support the channel. I've been getting some really sweet super thanks, and I try to go in and make sure that I thank all of you when you do that, because I appreciate you taking the time to just say nice things, and also sending me super thanks. The last one I got was from Jessica J, and it was so incredibly sweet, and I appreciate that so much. You can also join my membership here on YouTube. Welcome my newest members. Alexia became a YouTube bestie, and Karen. You can also gift memberships to each other if you are interested. Make sure you have your gifting option on. If you have any questions about that, I'm sure my fabulous mods in the chat can help you. Make sure that your gifting option is on so you can give and receive gifting memberships. Also, Patreon. I do have a Patreon, you guys, so you can support me over there if you want to. Trinity became a patron recently, as did Stephanie, Harriet, and Peps, and Nicole. So thank you so much. And Evelyn coming through with the first super chat of the live. Thank you so much, Evelyn. Evelyn says, love Jolene and the Lean team. We love you right back, Evelyn. And I love the Lean team. And thank you guys for understanding that right now I just have not been going live. I thought I was going to be able to while the kiddos are here, but I've been really busy with my niece and nephew. They come stay with me for a little over a month, usually every summer. I am flying them back after the 4th of July. So then, we're in Big Brother season. July 1st, it's the first of the month. Wake up. The kids, my 10-year-old niece and my 7-year-old nephew have been singing it's the first of the month. And I'm like, how do you know Bone Thugs? And how do you know the first of the month song? But I think it's like TikTok or something has taught them that. So thank you to educating our children on Bone Thugs and Harmony, because without them, our kids would not know the greatness. But I want to have some laughs today. I want to have some fun. So grab a bevy. Also, shout out to Kathy M sent me something off my Amazon wish list. If you're interested in checking that out, or my PO box, you can look in the details description section of this video. She sent me Farkle, and I love Farkle, and I can't wait to teach the kids Farkle, because we love playing board games. We have the Yahtzees. We love the Unos, and we have Cards Against Humanity kids version, which they love. And my friends over at Shia Skin, they sent me, I don't know where I put it now, but thank you so much, shiaskin.com, for sending me another one of my favorite chapsticks. And Jamie B is in the chat, and Jamie B can attest to the fact that this is such a great chapstick. If you're looking for something that is made with like natural products, it's grapefruit and avocado, and is also very inexpensive. I'm always surprised at how inexpensive, and the chapstick lasts for a long time. So shiaskin.com sent me over to my PO box another one of my favorite little chapsticks, and it is the grapefruit and avocado. And everything they make is plant-based, and it's a small business. It's a woman-run business. It's a woman of color-run business, and we just love a small business. So if you have something, if you run a small business, you want me to try it and talk about your business, feel free to hit me up at my P.O. box, send it over, and I'll check it out. So thank you. Jill Christine, thank you for the super chat. Jill says, I've been watching Love Island USA, and Ariana looks AM. What's AM? On America. No, Ariana's looks on Love Island. I have only now seen clips and things, but she looks unbelievably gorgeous in all of her looks. I don't know what is going on. I mean, obviously she was already gorgeous, but some of these looks are just, I mean, look at this. What you guys, what is this? What's happening? What? Oh my God, she's fire. Yes, Judy Booty, she is fire. If I ever can wear anything like that, you guys, I'm going to die that day, because I know the next day it won't look the same. Okay. It'll look like pure trash, because I can't suck. I don't even know if I have abs. Okay. One day I want to find them again, but right now they're missing in action. They need a break. They've had like a decade break. So maybe one day, Nicole said she's making me buy. I mean, for real. This is just unbelievably gorgeous with the mermaid hair and the makeup and the bronze skin. So beautiful. Steven, a member for 9 months. Thank you, Steven, my friend. Steven, we missed you, Jolene. Hope Disneyland was a blast. We've done so much. We went to Disneyland. We've been to water parks. We have been going to our friends' hockey games. We're just enjoying the summer together, and I'll be so sad when my littles leave. However, I am really excited. Let me know if you guys are excited as well in the chat for Big Brother. We are now officially, 16 days away. We have a 2-night premiere for BB26. All right. And you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I cover Big Brother every summer. I do live feed spoilers. We roast it. We recap it. We have just the best time. And we got, I think a couple lives ago, we were talking about the little spoilers we've gotten, which aren't a ton, but it kicks off the 17th of July with a 1-hour premiere. And then there's a second 1-hour episode that will air the next day, July 18th. And I don't know if we're going to get night 1 feeds, because we're not having a live move-in. So I'm not sure about live feeds, but they did indicate that it's something we have never seen before on Big Brother, which they kind of always do that. But they also did that while sharing an AI pic of Julie Chen Moonves. Actually, it was Julie Chen. I don't know Julie Chen Moonves. And so I'm thinking there's some kind of AI element, since that has been such a big part of, I mean, the past year with AI and the writer's strike and actor strike and so many things going on. I have a feeling they're going to incorporate some kind of AI. So yes, Brandy, thank you for becoming a member. I love your little profile pic. So cute. Big Brother AI, here we come. Here we come, you guys. Okay. So first things first, I want to talk about Jersey. And I want to talk about the fight heard around Jersey. And I want to get all your thoughts, hopes, dreams, and opinions. And I still want Steven to join me for a proper Jersey recap. We've been kind of throwing these in with the no offense, all offense, because I wasn't sure about Jersey. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't sure that it was going to be good. But not the episode last night, but the episode the previous week was hearkening classic violent Jersey. And if you're into violence, hi kids, do you like violence? Then you will like this Jennifer Aiden, Danielle, whatever her last name is, fight that occurred. Okay. Jennifer Aiden has a little saying she says, which is just a cliched saying. It's like, what is her saying again? Now it just disappeared from my brain. It's like, don't start none, won't be none. And Jen Fessler is just, I mean, Kristen says she loved, I mean, it was, yeah, Jersey woke up. Now, again, I don't advocate violence except for when I advocate violence. And Jen Fessler is just she's just the nerdy girl. I feel like she's the nerdy girl that wants to be hanging with who she thinks are the cool kids, Teresa, Jen Aiden, and them. And she's just like, oh my God, that is great. Jennifer Aiden, did you make that up? I don't know why I'm giving her a Southern accent. And Jennifer Aiden's like, don't start none, won't be none. Because Jen Aiden thinks she's a gangster. She thinks she is thug life like Lala. I would be surprised if her and Lala aren't close friends because she's a player hater and she's also thug life. She probably does finger guns. Jen Aiden probably does that shit. But I want to get into Jersey, but I think we'll do that last. Okay. Thank you, Ida. I'm so happy to be back. Anna says this season has actually been pretty good the last few weeks. Fessler is giving us a friend of performance of a lifetime. She really is. Fessler has her cringe moments. And she definitely is doing a try hard, but we need something at this point because Teresa and Melissa won't even communicate with each other. And Margaret is crying every episode or sending Dolores Jackie's screen shots of her text messages. So we need something to happen. Okay. But let's get into this Rachel, Levis, Ariana, because Rachel won't go away. She is trending. Rachel, Raquel, Rocky, whatever we're calling her this week. She is trending this week only because she decided to, talk more about her lawsuit, her Revenge P lawsuit against Ariana and Tom, which I think is utterly ridiculous and should just be against Tom at this point. And also, you guys, I know you were rooting for these two. I know you were, but Rachel Raquel broke up with her possibly Mormon Arizona boyfriend. This guy. Remember this guy? Yeah, they didn't make it. Were you guys really rooting for them? I know there was a lot of this guy and Rachel stans out there. There were not. There were not. They don't exist. Maybe they do. Let me know if you were really rooting for these guys. But she decided, let's start with this story. She decided to tell us why she broke up with this Matthew Dunn after 1 month. Oh my God, I am so sad. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I really thought these kids were going to make it work. So according to E! News, the Vanderpumprules alum shared that she and Matthew Dunn, whoever the hell that is, old muscle tits over here, called it quits after 1 month of dating. Oh, geez. What are we in junior high? Who dates for a month anymore? Why bother? Get married, get divorced. But the 1 month dating, no, it's 2 dates or 10 years. I don't know anything in between. Okay. In fact, she even provided insight into why she parted ways with the investment CEO. That just screams scam, allegedly, obviously, saying that he failed to adhere to her one dating rule. What could that be, you guys? Was it we have to have the Cosmo moon lights on when we do intercourse and you have to have a crisp Coors Light nearby? No. According to Rachel, Raquel, she said, he told me one thing and his actions were different. Oh God, Levis explained during a June 28th episode of Rachel Goes Rogue podcast. I asked him not to post on social media because it was way too soon in the relationship. We were dating for a month. I have to do Rachel Raquel's voice. So she's like, and Lala, I asked him not to post on social media because it was too soon in the relationship. We were dating for a month. That's all I asked him. And Lala liked it. She liked the post. That would actually be on brand for Lala, but I don't think she did. So as for the post that triggered the breakup, the 29-year-old revealed that Dunn, he updated his Facebook profile picture to a snap of us after we attended Stagecoach Music Festival in India, California. No, it's India, but I don't know where either are, back in April. So that's why she dumped him, because you guys, he updated. Most women, I think are like, hey, are you going to update your picture? Let these hoes know. Not Rachel Raquel. She was like, don't you dare. Don't you dare admit to dating me. It's too soon. Amalesh, thank you so much for the super chat. Amalesh says, I've missed these lives so much. Glad you're enjoying summer. Yes, I am enjoying summer, Amalesh, and enjoying your book, which is The Untitled Stories of Catharsis. We'll talk about it at the end here. I'll give a little plug for it, and you can buy it online and on Barnes & Noble. And Amalesh was nice enough to send me 2 copies, and I'm going to gift one of them to one of you. Okay. So Rachel's just saying, oh my God, I'm Rocky. He didn't call me Rocky. He called me Rachel. And then first he called me Raquel. Okay. And he wore white nail polish. And I was like, oh my God, it's over. So, okay, great. Thanks, Rachel. Thank you for sharing that very vulnerable moment. So she goes on to say that the media caught wind of that and Lala did, and it was just the whole thing. I had to end it. It was hard because a month of dating is like really long. Okay. Have you ever spent a month with Tom Sandoval? It feels like 10 years. Yeah. Okay. It was sad because we had a good connection. He worked out. I worked out. He liked Jelly Roll. I liked Jelly Roll. We had good conversation. I would say, yeah. And he said, uh-huh. And I said, yeah. And he was like, uh-huh. And he was emotionally stable and emotionally intelligent. I don't know about that. Acknowledging that those attributes were standard but new for her to experience, she added, it just seems like maybe Lala, okay, no, maybe he either had an impulse control issue because we agreed not to do that, or he wanted to like show me off. Oh my gosh, Rachel. Rocky with the humble brag. Rocky, I don't know if you guys realize this, but you probably do. She went away to the Meadows. $250,000 later, she is now a psychotherapist. She's a psychologist. She knows everything there is to know. If you want all the Psych 101, go to Rachel Rocky Levis. All right. She will tell you she will explain all your Pavlovian dreams to you. She's like, I am like a BF Skinner. I like him. He's great behaviorist. I love him. E! News reached out to Dunn, this Matthew Dunn, who just wants attention by posting her as his profile picture on Facebook, which, why is he still using Facebook? He must have grandparents to keep in contact with, or he must have to update and post things for, maybe he has a Nana like I have a Nana. Shout out to Nana. But he didn't say anything back, which leads me to believe I don't really think this guy was out for the fame. What do you guys think? Okay. Yeah, she wants to talk about impulse control. A lady, you and Tom Sandoval have to learn to control your loins before you talk about anybody else's impulse control. Now, the fact that he hasn't gone to the media about this kind of, disproves her point. I'm not rooting for this guy because I'm sure he's a real quote unquote winner, but he could have easily gotten his 15 minutes or whatever you want to call it, because she is stretching herself for someone who's like, I don't want to be involved in this anymore. She's stretching it out. And he didn't go to the media. As far as I know, he hasn't said anything. So maybe you missed out on a good one. No, I doubt it. Artist, thank you so much for the super chat. Artist says it's so hot here, and thank goodness that the hurricane is not coming towards us here in the panhandle of Florida. Be careful, artists. Those hurricanes, we only had one here once upon a time, a year or so ago in California, and we all freaked out. And it didn't seem very fun. And the fact that you guys have to deal with it all the time, we are sending you all the good, floaty, little rain, small wave vibes. All right. Nicole is saying, run, sir, as fast as you can and get away from this nonsense. If he's a CEO, and I know anyone can just say, I'm the CEO of bread. And you're like, what's happening? I'm the CEO of my bedroom. Okay. But if he is truly a CEO and he's really trying to be a businessman, it's probably best that he stays far, 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 far away from this. Dear God, make Matthew Dunn a bird so he can fly far, far, far away from here. Levis and Dunn's romance was first confirmed in April. I think we talked about this. About a year after news broke that the reality star and Tom Sandoval, 67-year-old Tom Sandoval, were having an affair dubbed as Scandoval. Since then, Levis, who began a 2-month stay at a mental facility and became the know-it-all, got her doctorate in mental health, has gotten candid about all the steps she's taken to improve herself. This mission includes a sobriety journey. I love how they call it a journey. Okay. And is she still sober? I don't know. And starting her podcast, which she hopes will be healing for others too. So far, I've heard, has it healed anyone? Feel free to sound off in the chat if it has healed anyone. I don't think it has. Ida says, yes, leave us alone, Hurricane. South Florida lady here. Leave them alone. They've had enough. They've been through enough. Lisa says, I'm going to start saying I'm a CEO. It's really easy. I'm the CEO, you guys, of this room, this office right here where I'm sitting. I'm literally like Billy Lee would say, the CEO of it. Okay, I run this shit, kind of, sometimes, except for when my niece and nephew take it over. Then I don't own shit anymore. But yeah, Delulu. Okay, speaking of Delulu, let's discuss the latest in this Rachel Revenge P lawsuit. And it's just like, okay, thanks, Rachel. Okay, I'm going to share my screen here so we can get a look at this. Let's see. This is from, who are we talking about here? We are going to be talking about Reality Blurb. Okay, so according to Reality Blurb, shout out to Reality Blurb, Rachel Levis slams Ariana Madix' frivolous request to be dismissed from the lawsuit. I don't think that's frivolous. I think that makes sense. Get Ariana off this lawsuit. Tom recorded you without your consent. Did Ariana send a screenshot or something of it to you saying, I know what you did last summer? Yes. Okay. Yes, she did. But please, ma'am, it didn't go any farther. It seems like at this point, Rachel kind of wants it to, including Ariana. It's a little weird. So, plus she is planning to add Bravo and Vanderpumprules producers to, plus is she planning to add Bravo and Vanderpumprules producers to the revenge porn lawsuit? Oh, I can't wait. So Rachel Raquel Rocky Levis is responding to Ariana Madix' request to be dismissed from the Revenge P lawsuit she filed against her early this year. According to a new report, the 29-year-old, 29, and we're doing this, alum recently filed in opposition to her former castmate's request to be dropped from the case. Ariana's like, please, I don't want to be part of this. You said you'd stop talking about me. Let's move on. And Rachel's like, no, Ariana, you really hurt me by sending me a screenshot of what I did. That was really dangerous. In which she's also accused. So in the requests, Ariana has asked, to be removed from this. Just drop me, girl. It's go after Tom. Tom's the problem. It's Tom. Hi, he's the problem. It's him. But so according to a new report, the 29-year-old Vanderpump Rules alum recently filed in opposition to her former castmate's request to be dropped from the case, in which she's also accused of violating Rachel Raquel's privacy and eavesdropping. You think she wants to eavesdrop on her boyfriend banging you? Girl, this is ridiculous. After Ariana 38 denied sending the sexually explicit FaceTime recordings, it was Rachel Raquel allegedly fingerlinging herself, for Tom Sandoval's enjoyment only. And then he screen recorded it and saved it to his phone. And that is how Ariana found out about the affair. And I mean, again, Tom Sandoval, 41, blame him. Amid his and Raquel's months-long affair, 7 months to 7 years, we're not sure still how long the affair was. We'll probably never know. On June 29th, In Touch Weekly confirmed that Rachel Raquel's attorney had called Ariana's request for dismissal frivolous. Oh, I don't think they know the definition of that word. Indeed, the conduct at issue is not Madix's exercise of free speech, but instead her unlawful theft. Well, somebody stole somebody else's wiener. Technically, Ariana had done the hak tui, whatever that girl is. I haven't even watched this video, but I saw there's a hak tui girl who, maybe I saw a clip, who now has like a deal with a major talent agency, because she said you got to do the hak tui on the boyfriend. Okay. So technically, Rachel Raquel did the hak tui on someone else's dick property. That's kind of what happened. All right. And again, nobody's genitals is anyone's property except for this situation. Ariana had that shit on lock. 10 years with the D, you own that shit. Okay. So Rachel, you did the hak tui, and that wasn't your hak tui time. All right. So, she, although Madix attempts to, so indeed the conduct at issue is not Madix's exercise of free speech, but instead her unlawful theft and distribution of sexually explicit videos of Rachel Rocky Raquel, who clearly wants no attention at all. They stated in a motion, although Madix attempts to recast the lawsuit as an attack on her right to speak freely on matters of public concern, also that happened in her bed, her guest bed, her home, her driveway, her pool. You think she'd be able to speak on this. But no. They're saying, it's no such thing. Madix does not have a free speech right to break into the phone of her boyfriend. Have you never been this lawyer has clearly never been in a relationship. It is not only your right, it is your duty to break into the phone of your loved ones. All right. It is your duty. Because if you don't, who will? At this point, if you got a low down, dirty dog with a bad D and he's out there possibly spreading diseases, you better check that phone. Now, I will say I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because I don't like checking phones because I get real nervy because I've dated a Sandoval type in the past. And what I found, I can never unsee. All right. I was the true victim of the butt stuff I heard was going on was just unnecessary. I didn't need to know all that. So I don't want to check phones. And with my husband, I just don't feel the need to check his phone. But there's always that, for lack of a better word, a little bit of that PTSD, that little memory in my head of when he's like, just text this person or grab my phone, or the fact that he shares. We've been together so long, since 2010. And still the fact that I know the code to his phone, I'm still like, I don't think I'm supposed to know that. Because I think there are so many, unfortunately, men out there that, and maybe women too, I only know the experience with men, who hide that code and make it seem like you're a psycho if you just share your codes with each other. But hello, what if you're choking? What if I'm choking you? Okay, no, that's not right. But let's say I'm choking you and I got to call 911 because I can't stop choking you. And I don't know the code to your phone and my phone is dead. You're going to die because I can't stop choking you and I can't get into your phone to call 911. Who will save your soul? Okay? Who will save you? What's that lady's name? Jewel. If I can't stop choking you and my phone's dead and I can't call 911 with your phone, you're going to die. And I don't want to be a murderer. You're making me a murderer, sir. Okay. So anywhoozer, Maddox does not have a free speech right to break into the phone of her boyfriend. Yes, she does. And it's her American. It's almost the 4th of July. We're very patriotic over here. And it's her duty to check that and siphon away non-consensual pornographic material. Calm down, lawyer. Calm your boner on this one. This had to be written by a man. I feel it in my uterus. Nor does she have the legal right to disseminate such material to menace and terror. Who's terrorizing? To go, hey, bitch, quit. I see you having sex with my man. My man. Look, ho, I got you. What? How is that? When did we become a world where, thank you, Shay B. Yes, we're getting really close. When did we become a world where we're more concerned about the perpetrators of the crimes than we are the victims? We're like, oh, we better not hurt this one. Listen, she was doing dirty deeds. Stuff will happen. You were out there, I don't think Tom should have screen recorded. That's where the problem truly, fell. That's where the responsibility lies. But the fact that Ariana took a screenshot or sent it back to you and said, is this you doing the fingerlings to my man? Is this you? We're supposed to be friends? Huh? I'm sorry. Why does that make Ariana the bad guy? Don't finger yourself for your friends' life partners. That is a valuable lesson we should share with our sons, daughters, dogs, cats. Everyone should hear about this. And who's terrorized? Tom terrorized you, girl, not Ariana. She didn't say, go have sex with my cuckoo bananas boyfriend, who's clearly not well. Okay. If all Maddox had done was angrily confront Raquel for betraying her trust or publicly discuss her discovery of Tom's affair, she would not be a defendant in this lawsuit. But that is not what is at issue, according to her lawyer, Raquel's lawyer. Her actions went well beyond protected speech, and her anger, however understandable, provides no legal cover for lashing out at plaintiff in violation of multiple criminal laws. The lawyer added, it does. Have you ever heard of a crime of passion? All right. Stop it. Raquel also made her own declaration. Oh, God. In the newly filed documents. Sandoval, Lala and Sandoval never asked my permission to record them. Okay. And I was not aware he was doing so. Had he asked, sorry, I'm nervous, I would have said no. If I had known he had done so anyway, I would have been furious. I probably was still dating him, but I would have stopped drinking Coors Light and turned off my Galaxy lights during intercourse because it's serious. Okay. I would have been furious and demanded he delete. Stop, Tom, delete that right now. It's wrong, Tom. What you're doing is wrong. Under no circumstances, I said, come. Would I have consented to being recorded naked and masturbating? I stated, Rachel Raquel. Yeah, no one wanted him to record you, so sue him. Sue him. According to Raquel, Ariana sent her 3 messages after learning of the affair, 2 of which allegedly were recordings of the FaceTime sessions, and a third that said, "You're dead to me. You are dead to me, bitch." I mean, that seems pretty logical. I don't know. I looked at the video recordings, which did not look familiar. I saw that they depicted me undressed and masturbating, Raquel said, with Sandoval's face visible in the corner of the screen because he's not smart enough to edit himself out of the video because he would need laptop boner Jason to do that, and he was busy pretending to play the drums that day, so he couldn't do it. Okay. And I realized that these recordings depicted my private, intimate video calls with Tom Sandoval, which he had evidently recorded and without my knowledge or consent. These particular recordings were captured in or around February 2023. I can't remember. There was lots of times where I was doing fingerlings on the FaceTime. And I was in a private residence. It was probably Sheena's counter where she feeds her baby, or her bed. I can't remember. It was somewhere where I didn't have to pay a lot of rent. Okay. And I was being Miss Malibu, and my talent was surfing on a stage. Thank you very much. Given Sandoval's apparent practice of secretly recording me and Lala, I have every reason to believe that he captured additional sexually compromising videos or images of me, Raquel stated. None of these intimate conversations were part of Vanderpumprules, the show I was on, and I was the star of. Okay. They were private communications reflecting a clandestine affair. I said clan. Neither their contents nor their existence were ever supposed to see the light of day. I had every expectation of privacy and remain appalled. I said Paul. That Sandoval had put me in this position, because normally we did reverse cowgirl or doggy. And so I had never been in this position before. It was really a bad position to be in. Okay. And I will say I wouldn't have sued him if the lighting would have been better, but it was like really bad. It made my cervix look huge, and it's little. It's very little. Okay. I like to show my cervix. It's very little. They have to use the small speculum. I don't want to brag. Okay, I'm going too far. Continuing on, Raquel said she was alarmed by the messages Ariana sent her because they came from Ariana's phone, not Sandoval's. I knew that she had somehow hooey-pooey, dooey-looeyed into his phone and taken possession of them because she's a witch like Stassi. Okay, this made me, an already difficult situation decidedly worse. And Lala, from the tone and tenor of Maddox's requests, I don't know what that means, it was clear that she was furiously angry at me. Like when she was like, "Oh, you know you love Harry Potter." It was very hurtful because I do love Harry Potter. It's my favorite. I am a Hufflepuff and proud. Some people say I would be a snake. What's the thing? Slytherin, but I am not. I love snacks. Okay. Given the circumstance, I was not surprised at her anger, but I was extremely alarmed and fearful about her intentions, given the course of conduct she had evidently embarked on. Raquel explained, it's not just that Maddox had discovered the recordings and confronted me about the contents. It's not that I am like mad because, the United States of America sided with her. It's that it's deeper than that, you guys. And Lala, okay, is that if that were all that happened, Maddox would not be named in this lawsuit. Okay. But that is not all that happened. In her own sworn testimony, Maddox acknowledges that she stole and disseminated, I said semen, them, okay? She distributed the recordings from the original source of Tom Sandoval's phone to herself and to me. At a minimum, she sent it to me, who fingered myself, and Tom, who recorded me without my consent fingering myself. And that's wrong. Thank you. I like long walks on the beach and puppies that I don't have to raise to full term. Thank you. There is every reason to believe that she showed the recordings to others, like Lala, and may have sent them to others as well, like Logan and Brad. It is undisputed. I said pew. However, that as a result of Maddox's actions, the circle of possession widened from Sandoval alone to Sandoval, Maddox, and me, Raquel added. That's like math. In another report shared by InTouch, it was noted that Rachel Raquel also alluded to the potential addition of Bravo and her former Pump Rules producers to her lawsuit in her documents, although it doesn't appear that she's done so yet. Interesting. A judge has yet to rule on Raquel's opposition. Oh, you guys, I just stop, Rachel. You're doing too much. Pamela, thank you for the super chat. Pamela says, the Proud Boy and the Poor Little Rich Girl. I assume you're talking about Matthew Dunn and Rachel Raquel. Brandy, thank you so much. Brandy says, got tickets to your 8/8 show in AZ. Can't wait, you guys. Again, I'm performing stand-up on 8/8 in Arizona. Link for that is in the description of the video. Chandler, Arizona, to be exact. Mic Drop, I believe, Comedy Club. And then also in, so that's in Arizona. And then San Diego on the 10th, I'll be performing stand-up. And a link for that is in the description. The San Diego show only has 50 tickets, so get on that before they sell out. And Nana will be there as a very special guest. So, and producer Linda. And we're going to have so much fun. So make sure you get your tickets. Jamie, thank you for the super chat. Jamie says she should thank Ariana for making her aware of this recording. Hello. Yes, Jamie, in the first place. Not sue her for getting caught on her own wrongdoings. Yeah, for fingerling herself. She shouldn't. Kelly Cal, thank you for the super chat. Says, I'm a legal writing TA at my law. Get it, smarty. A legal writing TA at my law school. And I would return this with the note, you're doing too much. Right? That would, oh, Kelly Cal, I wish you were the one that could read this and return this, because yes, you're doing the most. Okay. Way too much. Why is there such an emphasis? Like, tell me you hate women without telling me you hate women. Tell me you are mad and jealous of Ariana without telling me you're mad and jealous of Ariana. You're doing the most to come at Ariana, but very little to come at Tom, who put you in the situation. I mean, you did as well. But the fact that he recorded your fingerling session on FaceTime without your consent is the reason for the season. Laura and Christy, thank you so much for being a member for 32 months. That's like way too long. You should cancel. No, thank you so much. I'm not worthy. Laura and Christy said, hi, Jolene. Happy birthday to Lucy. Oh, I love her highlights. I know you'll be so sad when they go. We will be here for you. I appreciate that. I'll be going live all the time because I'll be so lonely without my littles. But yes, Lucy turned 10 and she got her first highlights when I got my hair done recently. And they look so cute. And she's like, I feel like a different person. I'm like, welcome to doing your hair, little lady. Tiara, thank you so much for the super chat. Tiara says, I hope court officials remember her failure to appear. Oh yes, at the RO hearing and wasting their time, causing the case to lose credibility. Maybe Sheena should pick up the pieces of her friendship with Ariana and start campaigning to remind the courts about that. Chickenhead says, thank you for doing this. You're so welcome. You are so very welcome. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Let me see what else you guys are saying. End of excited to meet people in AZ. I'm so excited to see you guys in Arizona. Verve says injured spouses need rights. So many states have dropped adultery laws, but it should be enforced through the US. Alex says Rachel wants to be Ariana so bad, but could never with all the R's. I couldn't even imagine her caulking on. No. Can you imagine being Roxy Hart? Rachel, like, hi, everybody. I'm Roxy Hart. And I just want you guys to know that I know a lot about mental health. Ariana was being a good citizen, Heidi says, and a friend by informing Rachel of the crime Tom committed, right? You would think, but Susie SP Squirrel says, like Battle of the Network Stars back in the day, Bravo Lebs. Why haven't they jumped on that? That would be actually fantastic. I would love to see that. They should do something like that. Evelyn says another case of Raquel's would not be allowed in evidence about this case as against the rules of evidence. Oh, yes. Silly Goose says, oh my God, the Broadway show it'd be 7 hours long. And it would probably be in podcast format. I just feel more comfortable and safe on podcasts. Yes. Thank you, Mimi. You've done enough. Leave Ariana alone. Go after Tom. Tom is the problem. All right. It's not Ariana. So please just stop. Stop, lady. We don't need this anymore. Okay. Let's see what else we are talking about today, you guys. In sad news, that I don't know, you guys know that I am a real world, put in the chat where my real world OGs at, people watching the Real World MTV from damn near the beginning, because I was a kid when the first Real World New York aired, and watched it religiously until it was taken off the air and replaced with that skateboarding guy's show Ridiculousness. Now it's just the Ridiculousness channel. Allegedly, that's all that ever plays. I'm like, how did this guy, and I know he's super rich now and props to him, but I didn't agree. Talk about not having consent. I don't think any of us agreed to Ridiculousness being on air 24 hours a day. No more music videos, no more Real World, just Ridiculousness. All right, Steven, yes, OG, Nicole, Krista, thank you, Care Bear, Kelly Kel, Real World OG here. Also, Road Rules was so good. The Real World Road Rules Challenge back in the day. Now I know we have, still have the challenge on MTV, but it's not the same since they included Big Brother people. I feel like they've ruined it, but that's just my opinion. And then they still have the challenge All-Stars on, what is it, Paramount? Is that what it's on? I haven't watched the latest season, but it did look really good, but I just haven't found the time to watch it yet. So Real World Miami. So Sarah Becker, unfortunately from Real World Miami, passed away at the age of 52. And I was so sad to hear about this, because I remember back in the day, when this show aired, when Miami in particular aired with like Flora and all, I mean, obviously we know Flora, Melissa, Dan, Cynthia, who the hell? Oh, Michael. Okay. Yeah. He was there too. In 1996. Really? So I was 16 when this aired. And I just thought Sarah was so cool. She was from, I believe, Wisconsin. I was from Minnesota. She was like a skateboard chick. I remember she took their whole big house that they had, that big mansion in Miami. And she would let like underprivileged kids in there, like kids, and they were building like skate ramps, and the rest of the house got so mad. They're like, how dare they come in the house that we pay no rent on and didn't earn in any way? How dare she give these kids a chance to be in a mansion and show them what can happen in the world? I just thought she was, she was just a cool, spirited young woman. She went on to work for years at the Lilith Fair. And since the first Lilith Fair ever, they saw her on the show and reached out to her, thought she was rad. So she did that. She went on to work, I believe, as some kind of psychiatrist. And she worked at a comic book place in La Jolla before joining the show in 1986. She was just, her outfits, everything was like skater, cool chick, 90s. She was like the epitome of that. And I was obsessed. Flora posted on her social media saying, I am beyond myself and sad just to hear that my roommate Sarah has died. Flora wrote on Sunday on Instagram, calling Becker kind, selfless, and helpful. I haven't spoken to her in years and never knew she was troubled. My prayers, she unfortunately took her own life. My prayers go out to her family. Rest in peace, my roommate, my friend. May you skate with angels and never feel pain again. Apparently she was skating still. I mean, she had like a skateboarding accident, I think, and then the loss of, I believe, both of her parents, and she was just struggling with mental health. So unfortunately, seeing that this happened, I was just so sad because I had just was telling you guys about how I was following that Real World subreddit where they will play segments of old episodes. And it's a great subreddit if you guys want to check it out. If you just search the Real World, you'll find it. And they play old school, they put videos and clips of old school Real Worlds, and you can have, discussions about it. It's super cool. And they had just been talking about Miami recently, and it made me look up a lot of the people from Miami, wondering what happened to these people. And I noticed that Sarah had went on to work in the mental health field, and I thought that was really interesting. And then I learned about her time with the Lilith Fair, which was interesting, only to then, a month or two later to hear this horrible news. And then Cynthia, if you guys remember Cynthia Roberts, who is just she was just iconic on the show. Cynthia says, "R.I.P. Rumi. I pray there's happiness for you on the other side." She wrote on her Instagram story alongside a recent photo of Becker. Sarah and I had not spoken since the end of our show. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. So I don't know anything about her struggles. Dan, this is Dan writing this post on Instagram. The 7 of us in that cast went through a bizarre, intense, and sometimes traumatic experience together. And that creates a connection between people, even when they choose not to associate with each other. I can only say it's very sad. Joe, remember, wasn't Joe the one he dated, like that woman who was like 20 feet tall and he was like 2 feet tall? Joe memorialized her on Facebook, praising how she dedicated herself to becoming a life coach and eventually a licensed marriage and family therapist. Oh, so she became an MFT. That's cool, to help others and perhaps deeper understand her own mental health challenges. Then it says, taking your own life should never be an option, but hopefully she's at peace. And those who knew and loved her will reach out for the care they need, like I must, to mourn, love, live, and thrive. So sad news to hear this about Sarah, but it also reminded me of just what a cool chick she was and how her time on MTV, there were just certain people on the Real World, that the early days, the later days, I don't know, that you kind of connected with or looked up to. And Sarah was one of those people for me where I was like, I want to be the cool skateboarding chick. I want to have the kids over to the mansion I'm living in for free and have them build, a skate ramp and stuff. So, rest in peace, Sarah, and hopefully she is at peace now. And just unfortunate and sad news. Paw Nerd, thank you so much for being a member for 13 months. I'm late, but would love for you to roast Love Island. I have to get into Love Island. I feel like I'm so far behind because last time you guys told me that it was almost every night of the week, which is with Big Brother coming up. Maybe I'll try to catch a couple episodes and roast up until where we're at. No promises, just because I watched like the first US Love Island back in the day, and then that was it. Amalesh says, prediction, her next nickname will be Roxy, right? Speaking of Rachel Raquel, probably. Krista says, it's so good. I have heard this. Steven's giving me hope. He says, you're only 18 episodes. Not 18 episodes. That's horrible. 18, I mean, that's great for lovers of the show, but horrible. Okay, let's get a little bit into Jersey now. That's now that we're here, let's get a little bit into the Jersey housewives. So Margaret Josephs, obviously this has been just such a weird season of Jersey. Also Jeff Lewis said, and I want to know you guys' comments on this. Jeff Lewis came out and said that Danielle Cabral, her Bougie Kids brand is for white trash kids. Now, I will say, it's an interesting brand. The party that she had this last episode was so cute. I had my niece and nephew walking in. They hate when I watch these shows. My niece says, how can you watch these shows where these women just yell at each other? And I am like, yeah, that's a great point. It's awful. And I hope you never watch this. But then I look at them and I think, how can you guys watch these vlogger channels like what is Salish's dad, Jordan Matter? Has anyone had the privilege of checking out some of these blogger channels? Shout out to Salish. She's adorable, this young girl. But this dad, Jordan Matter, he runs this channel. He was like a photographer, and it's creepy. I'm sorry, he creeps me out. And I told the kids, I go, he creeps me out. And they go, stop it, you're ruining it. And then I was doing my impressions, and I didn't want to ruin it for them anymore. But it's like, today we're, my daughter's Salish. We're going to create a water park in our backyard. And then I'm going to take pictures of her friends while they do the splits. And I'm like, so I feel like that is their Real Housewives of New Jersey. We all should be ashamed of what we're watching, because it's horrible. It's really bad. Okay. But back to this. So Jeff Lewis saying that the bougie kids is a little for white trash. I mean, he's not 100% wrong. It's an interesting brand. Shout out to Danielle. Get it. But right, RG, it's creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy. It was harsh to say for him to maybe say the white trash kids, but it is, I would say it's Jersey. It's kind of what you think Jersey is. It's like gaudy and over the top, and it's not like the LA organic pants brands he's used to for children. It's like, let's put some, tutus on everything and leopard print. And yes, Jeff is super judgy. I need to get on this Karen Reed trial. Life with Bear says, happy to catch you live. I've been following. Is that the one that Emily D. Baker is just killing it on? Yeah, leopard prints, stuff like that. So it's a lot. Okay. But back to Jersey. Margaret Josephs, just a couple days ago was talking to E! News, and she was saying that she feels everything coming to light the way it should on this season. She feels like this season of Jersey, everything is coming to light the way it should. And it's sad, a lot of fractured friendships, but I think people see the real truth. The longtime star tells ET over video chat. Everyone's going to be super entertained, and just wait for the season finale, because I'm going to be the one vindicated this time, Margaret Josephs says. For almost her entire tenure of Real Housewives of New Jersey, Margaret found herself at odds with the OG, Teresa Giudice, who's claimed time and time again that Margaret is responsible for everything negative that has ever happened in the world. No, everything negative. And that it'll come to light. I mean, Teresa has teased this so many times with Lobster Louie. She's like, I can't wait, Louie, until we find out. Everything comes to light. I'm going to be singing like a bird. I'm going to be singing like a bird over here. And she feels like she'll have a victory. And Margaret's like, I mean, seriously, she has an interesting mind. Margaret hits back, sharing that the smoking gun Teresa keeps teasing is the fact that Margaret was once in contact with ex-fiance of Teresa's husband, Louis Riola's, Viola's, what's his last name? Areolas, of Louis Areolas, with whom the couple has been in a legal battle over harassment. Margaret says Teresa's timeline, though, is off. That was way after anything she thinks, Margaret notes. She previously told Jeff Lewis Live that she got in touch with the ex in question only after Teresa got in contact with Margaret Joseph's friend, Laura Jensen, which sparked issues on the show, which was that Melissa was cheating on Joe Giudice. They love to just go, Melissa's cheating on Joe Giudice. She's doing it. Margaret spoke with the ex again after Louis announced his friend. Private investigator Bo Needle provided him with the dirt on the entire cast of Real Housewives of New Jersey, a claim she's since walked back. Oh, God. Margaret, Teresa, and Louis got into it at the season 13 reunion over the PI investigation, as well as Margaret's claim that Lobster Louis made a threatening phone call to her son, my son has never appeared on the show, and she called him at work. Louis denied the call ever took place, suggesting his phone number, which appeared on phone records Margaret provided as proof, was used in a spoof call plot. Dun, 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 because everyone's trying to screw over Louis. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, and this guy is, his pantalones are on fire. Some viewers still don't buy that Louis ever called Margaret's son, especially after Teresa swore on her I swear on my daughters that it never happened. Margaret suggests there's more evidence she could provide to shut down the cynics, but she's prioritizing her family because we might have a prostate cancer battle going on here. I don't know. That was on last night's episode. And their privacy over reality TV. Told you so. My family's private citizens. I'm not going to put them on the chopping block. my children, my son, my whatever, to satisfy naysayers, she explains. I don't have to prove it to anybody, okay? That people who know are myself, the network, my close friends, and that's the people who need to know. Usually on spoof calls, no one's on the other end, she adds. There was a conversation that was had, FYI, and it wasn't like there was no one on the other end. There were threats made. Threats made. Margaret is also keeping the nature of those threats private. Oh, God, just tell us. You're on a damn show. But does offer this. My son said the phone number was seen. That I know who you are. Louis immediately said, oh, it's the wrong number. That the wrong number, and hung up. It's one of many topics of discussion constantly recirculating, much like the drama on Jersey is recirculating among the fandom on social media, where a sideshow of sorts is playing out as the actual show airs on Bravo. Since the start of the season, one account has routinely posted alleged receipts that appear to show Teresa and Jennifer Aiden feeding intel to this fan page in order to generate story for the show or push certain narratives as it airs. Jennifer has yet to publicly address the allegation, while Teresa has denied having anything to do with it. It's all true, Margaret scoffs. It is 1,000% true. I had called it a year ago. I was alerted by another account that this was happening. I had filed a police report against that account, and it's so funny. In one of the screenshots, the account says to Teresa, oh my God, I got a cease and desist letter from Margaret's attorney. Classic. The account has had to change or has had a change of heart, a come to Jesus moment, thankfully, in good conscience and in good faith, has come clean with everything, she continues. I believe it all to be true because everything she has said, over the months, over the last year filming of this year was all coming out on the blogs prior. It's nothing. Everything does add up. And it's sad. It's sad that someone would hijack seasons like that, hire people to do these horrible things. It's very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. While Teresa claims Margaret is actually the one behind the social media drama. Ugh. Oh my God. As a long con plot to frame her and Jennifer. Former co-star Danielle Staub Danielle's back in the mix, has also alleged that Margaret secretly collaborates or even runs certain pages. Oh my God. Never once, Margaret declares. No one has ever done one thing. I bought a pizza box once from someone who bought it on eBay. So I said, yeah, bring me that pizza box. And I paid for it. Big deal. That's the worst I've ever done. Buy the pizza box so I could do something fun with it at the reunion. Yeah, that's called housewifery. Big deal, Margaret said. The pizza box in question was actually an at-home pizza oven. A failed business Teresa and Lobster Louie and her brother, little Joey Gorga, who likes to marry the gay men, attempted to start together. Their disagreements over the project played into Teresa and Joe's falling out in season 13, which is ridiculous, which came to a dramatic head at the reunion, at which Margaret did not bring out the oven. She bought off the fan. I've never fed information on one blog account, she makes clear. I don't need to. I don't have time. I'm so busy checking Lil Joe's prostate. It's crazy. I actually have businesses and a job outside of this. Unlike no one has shown a screenshot of me doing anything, nothing remotely like that. No one has come on against me, nothing like this. This woman posting receipts now has an entire Bible, years of things. Screeners were sent. I mean, this is sick. It's sick. This manipulation of an entire season, or seasons, I should say. Margaret questions how anyone would believe she was behind the account in question, knowing that it posted the most vicious things about her. Her close friend and business partner, Alexi Barbudo, and castmate Melissa Gorga for years. This account was the most vile account in the entire universe, she reiterates. So I did all of that years in advance to then twist it around and just to take down Teresa and Jennifer. Okay, sure. Okay. Margaret says her mission has never been to take anyone down. However, Teresa has made it clear she wants to expose Margaret for the liar she believes her to be. She doubled down on the directive on Sunday's episode, telling Jennifer and Dolores Catania, but we like to call her Cantina, that her main motivation for forming a friendship with her own former enemy and Margaret's former close pal, Jackie Goldschneider, was to get info that might help her cause. I knew it all to be true, Margaret proclaims. Teresa, people say I'm obsessed with her. I could care less. I could care less about her. She's clearly obsessed with me and my blonde hair and the Swarovski crystals, okay? Jackie pulled away from Margaret over the course of filming season 14 on screen. Their main issue appears to be Jackie's memoir, The Weight of Beautiful, and her unwillingness to give Margaret an advanced copy. I would be like, thank you. I don't want to read that book. Or credit for helping make the book a reality. Jackie since shared that their friendship started to fracture when Margaret gave her an ultimatum of sorts, pressuring Jackie to quit the show if Louis returned. Margaret's friend Jen Fessler shared a similar anecdote, but made it clear Margaret never asked her to quit the show. Margaret says only one of those conversations ever happened. Jen Fessler has come to my defense and I told the truth, okay? I never said that. Jen Fessler said to me, oh my God, if you don't come back, I'm not coming back. That was the conversation. And this is the truth. Why would I ever ask Jackie Goldschlager, okay, who I didn't even know was going to be asked back, who was hanging on by a thread to come back? Why would I ever ask her? Okay? Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's not true. Jackie went from full-time housewife to a friend of in season 13. She holds the same role in season 14. I don't need to ask people not to come back, Margaret continues. I'm strong enough on my own to make my own decisions. I would never ask anybody to give up their career or anything remotely like that. The network knew exactly how I felt. They take things very seriously. As for the people who question why Margaret returned to the show if she was so opposed to being around Lobster Louis, she points out that the viewers have not seen her share any screen time with the man in season 14. I have not filmed with Lobster Louis. I have not been around Lobster Louis, she notes. The producers understand the severity of the situation the way I felt. It's boundaries, she says. I have boundaries that were crossed, okay? And they respect those boundaries. It's very simple. Margaret says her issues with Jackie were also simple, though it hasn't exactly come across that way on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Some people are like, Margaret's whining. She didn't get a book. That's not what it is, okay? When I said I championed Jackie, that means I supported her, okay? I wasn't taking credit for anything. Obviously, she's an unbelievably talented writer. She's unbelievably talented writer. What I was hurt and sad about was I was the first one to know about everything, even before her mother. I'm not going to go there because she gets very upset when I go there. I'm not going to go there, but even before her mother, okay? Because I helped her get her book, the book deal, which that doesn't mean she wouldn't have gotten on her own, but her original agent had left her. Okay, I'm calling a spade, okay? Insulted her, hurt her, and she called me hysterical crying, okay? I have screenshots of it. It's hysterical. I was like, please go work with my team, all right? I got a book deal. You can have the book deal, take the book deal, poop on the book deal, do whatever you want on the book deal. I helped empower her, because I'm like a woman's woman, because she was feeling very much on the back foot, which any good friend would do, okay? She continues, I don't need credit for that, even though I'm talking about it. So obviously I do need credit for it. So I felt very invested in her and our relationship and the book with her. I was the first one who saw her cover the day or saw the cover, the day she was doing the shoot. We had the same publisher. She needed my press list. She needed my influencer list. Everybody who works for her worked for me originally. That's all I'm saying, okay? I gave her those people. And of course, you do that for a good friend. You do, because I'm a good friend. I'll check your prostate. I'm a good friend, okay? So I felt it was very calculated to give her and to not give me the book because she was trying to prove something. So that's why I was frustrated, but I could care less. Okay? But I was frustrated. I was irritated. I think that didn't come across. Margaret says she's not surprised at all by Jackie's choice to pursue a friendship with Teresa, which has been described as calculated by some of the cast, with Dolores going so far as to suggest Jackie wanted to use Teresa to get publicity for her book. I think they deserve each other. Okay. Margaret says, I am a good friend, regardless of what anybody says. And they'll say it. Okay. Regardless of what they say. I'm a good friend. I'm brutally honest. By the way, you look fat. Okay. I'm just going to say it because I'm honest. I'll give you a little shot of my OZ. Okay. And that's what you get with me as a friend. I'll tell you you're fat. I'll tell you look ugly. I'll say, what's going on with your hair? You need a piece. Put a piece in. Okay. I see your bald spot. I'm just brutally honest. I like to mix colors and it takes me 7 years to finish my backyard. Okay, get over it. I could care less. What you get with both of them as a friend, based on being calculated for convenience, and what you could get out of each other. And it's not true friendship. All right. Margaret says, I got no regrets in her handling or the falling out with Jackie, shouting out her divisive choice to send a screenshot of a text exchange between herself and Jackie in which Jackie slammed Dolores and called her a slob. She said, she's an effing slob and I hate her for not tagging her in a group photo on Instagram. Can you imagine? You didn't tag me in that. You're an effing slob and I hate you. Oh my God, these women are so ridiculous. At the moment, I was very true to myself and what I was showing Dolores, just basically a glimpse. And she knows about it. Okay. Truthfully, I got to go through with Jackie. This is what I go through. Okay. I got to show you. Margaret says, my job with Jackie was talking off the ledge. She was always on the ledge on a regular basis. I was checking prostates and she was on the ledge. It was too much. I couldn't handle it. Okay. I was like, Joe, these lights are sitting right. Take them all apart and redo them and I'll check your prostate later, baby. I would say it's not true. Don't feel that way. You saw a part of the screenshot. No, I don't think so. Margaret says she was pushed over the edge to pull the text stunt after Jackie ran to Margaret's husband, Joe Benigno, and threw her arms around him after getting into a near shouting match with Margaret that effectively ended their friendship. Very inappropriate after you just scream at me, she points out. Then going to Dolores, who she just badmouthed only like 3 weeks ago? Okay, no, not even. Saying these horrible things, acting like you're her friend and everything else. So it was just like, let me show Dolores what you're really like. Don't try to discredit me. Jackie was unsurprisingly upset by Margaret's move, immediately telling Dolores that Margaret too said, oh, well, Margaret says horrible things about you. And Dolores, I remember she was like, well, she doesn't put it in writing, so she's smarter than you. And I was like, get her, Dolo, get her. Dolores didn't seem to care. She was like, oh, well, bitch, I'm only reading what you said. I put things in writing that I truly believe. Margaret corrects the record. Whatever I say behind your back, I'm going to say to your face. There's some speculation that Jackie later exposes one of Margaret's alleged comments about Dolores and her boyfriend, Paulie Connell, Irishman. Let's start an electricity business, even though you don't know nothing about electricity, because I don't want to marry you right now because I'm still with my ex-wife, maybe for tax purposes. I don't know. The look of the Irish. As revenge, leading to a previously teased altercation between Dolores and Margaret, during which Dolores appears to call Margaret an effing see you next Tuesday. What? I was a little shocked by that. It's very upsetting. Margaret offers of the tense moment, but it's nothing to do with Jackie. Nothing to do with Jackie. I am so over Jackie. I could care less about Jackie. Margaret says she and Dolores something. You guys get the picture. Margaret is over it, allegedly. All right. So let me see what you guys are saying about this. It's crazy. The prostate's good. Thank the Lord. You hear Boston too. I mix them all. They all come together. Sorry. No to the listen, Julia. Mind your business, Julia. We're trying here. Okay. It's a combination. It's just a combination. Jackie equals boring. Yes. Is that why Jackie has all of a sudden, Layla says, switch sides with all of this Marge anger? Does she blame Marge for her demotion? Oh, that would make sense. Makes sense. Alex G says, I love how you range from New Jersey to tipsy Australia. I'm always going to sneak an Australian in there because I love Australians. I just love Australia and New Zealand. So yes, they're going to have to bulldoze that house when the March sells it. Allie says, Jolene makes Jackie interesting. Bravo needs to run her a check. Run me a check. Okay. Speaking of making Bravo interesting, we got to talk about this fight. Okay. So this fight didn't happen last night. It happened last week's episode. Okay. So we've seen this coming. Jennifer Aydin has been building a case, as some would say, against Danielle. Now, full disclaimer, obviously, I'm very opinionated. I wasn't a Danielle fan. I thought she was kind of boring. However, in this instance, I'm Team Danielle on this one. Let me know what you guys are. I'm actually Team Kempire. I'm Team Nobody. But I guess when it comes to this specific fight, I'm Team Danielle. It seems like Jennifer Aydin is looking for reasons to hate on Danielle. And when Danielle said in the episode, when she left the party after the fight and she was talking to her husband, she said, oh, I'm everything. I'm everything Jen Aydin wants. Look at you. You're to her husband. She said, you're such a good husband. You're such a good father. You're all these things. And I'm thinking, I mean, not for nothing, as they say in Jersey, Danielle and her husband, they look like the type that actually have intercourse. And that is few and far between in this Bravo world. They look like they actually enjoy each other's naked bodies and insertion. And that is very rare. And also they have, as much as she has these weird issues with her brother and her dad or whatever that they're trying to make a thing and I'm not interested in, her and her husband seem to be, very connected with each other, where we know Jennifer Aydin, unfortunately, Bill, we knew Pool House Bill had a story and it came out last season or the season before. I can't even remember that he did have an affair on her. And I'm sure it wasn't the first and unfortunately probably not the last. And I think that has, knowing that and carrying that and then it being exposed has made it even harder for Jennifer Aydin. I also think Jennifer Aydin is just the type that she's kind of a hater. She's just a hater. She thinks she's a gangster. She's a studio gangster in there talking a lot of crap. Don't start none, won't be none. But when she starts some, there's going to be some. And then she can't handle it. Because in this case, she has somehow decided she is going to be the person who is going to avenge all of the hair girls out there. So everything she has against Danielle has to do with someone's hairstylist, someone's hair girl. She's always like, I'm your hair girl. How you treat your hair girl. So the first thing was there was some chick that got kicked out of the VIP section. Who cares? So what? Who cares? I don't care. You got kicked out of the VIP section. It's a charity event. Why do you want to be in the VIP section? And Danielle's explanation actually kind of made a little bit of sense. She didn't want any drama. It was for charity. She just wanted the housewives there. It was a housewives event. Did this woman provide free hair to Danielle or whatever she gave her? Sure. But oh well, I'm not worried if you end up in the VIP section. Okay. And now she's saying, not only did she do that, but she also stole money from the charity because she paid herself back. And Danielle does make an interesting point. Jennifer Aydin, you're a millionaire, multimillionaire. Your home, your cars, whether you guys are putting it on credit or whatever, they clearly have more money than Danielle. Danielle is like the, what's her face from Orange County? Why can't I remember her name? The lawyer's best friend. Oh my God, I got to get back in my Orange County brain soon. But she's like her. You guys will put it in the chat and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's her name. So what? Who cares? But she's like that Orange County woman. She's the brokest one. She's trying to build up bougie kids. She's like early season Gina. Thank you, witness. She's like Gina from Orange County. Okay. But she's early Bethany Frankel. She's trying to build that empire. All right. And so she's like, well, I got to pay these people and the vendors. But what Jennifer Aydin was applying is that Danielle is taking like a cut from the charity event. Like she is taking money to make money off the charity event. Danielle says she doesn't even do that. At this point, I'm like, whatever. As long as you're not getting rich off the charity event, you got to pay a couple of vendors with the money and you're being fully, you're letting everybody know that that's what you're doing with the money. You're being transparent. Who cares? So what? Who cares? Every charity, unfortunately, most charities, people are making money, which not right. But there should be transparency when you know where your money's going. But Jennifer's really trying to push this. I would never do that. Well, Jen, if you got it like that and it's a charity and you don't care, then why are you so worried about Aydin plastic surgery being on the step and repeat? So if you're not supposed to make money off charities, why do you, if you didn't invest anything but your time, but your mere presence there, why do you get to be on the step and repeat? There were actual small businesses, like Danielle said, who gave money, according to Danielle, to be on that step and repeat, and they gave money towards the charity. So you didn't do that. So if you got it like that and you love charities, you should have gave money and your time and yourself, and then asked, buy ad space on the step and repeat. That's actually very common. So yeah, Jen thought, hey, Danielle's not the brightest bulb. I'll trick her, So then she started talking about this another hair girl. She said, oh yeah, Danielle's hair girl. She wanted to use me as a model, clearly because I'm gorgeous. And then Danielle called me on the phone and she said, hey, just so you know, my hair girl's not paying you. And I think we should be paid. And Danielle said, oh, no, sweetie. No, pumpkin. That's not what happened. I called you knowing that you're a bougie bitch, and you'd probably expect to be paid, saying, just so you know, you're going to be doing this pro bono because she's not paying. We're going to do this as a favor to her. We're going to be on the website, model her hair extensions. So there's two different stories here. Somewhere in the middle lies the truth, but the way Jennifer Aydin delivered it, like Danielle was hating on her hair person, I don't know if I completely buy that. It makes more sense to me that she'd be tipping Jennifer Aydin off to go, just so you know, I know you like the money and stuff, but you're going to be giving your time for free. And since you're making such a big deal about Aydin plastic surgery not being on the step and repeat, you're basically doing a favor to this woman. And that makes more sense to me. And so when she's confronting Danielle with all these things, Danielle's like, oh, you're a dirty, oh my God, you're dirty. I see what you're doing. And Jen Aydin's like, what? And Jen Aydin just has liar face in the scene. She just seems like she's lying to me. And Danielle's like, oh, I know you like it. She's built a case about Danielle. She's trying to take Danielle down. She doesn't like Danielle. She's been talking behind her back. It has now come to a point where they have to confront each other. Jen Aydin thought, I got this. Jen Aydin took Danielle and pushed her, like grabbed her neck and pushed her back. And Danielle, she might be broke, but this isn't her first rodeo and fight. She took her drink and busted it on Jennifer Aydin's head, as you can see here in the screenshot. And Jen Aydin looked like a punk. Because don't start, no won't be now. Well, you shouldn't have started some. And then Jen Aydin's like, I don't remember if I pushed her. It's clear Jennifer Aydin, for as entertaining as she might be at times and things, she does have impulse control issues. Talk to Rachel Raquel about that. She can help you. And she has anger issues. And all the things she wishes she could do to Bill, she takes out on these women a lot of times, in my humble opinion. And so her coming at Danielle like that, and Danielle was like, boom. Danielle is like Teresa in that sense. Someone's getting hit. And Danielle didn't want to, but she literally pushed her and then tried to play like, I'm cool, I'm fine. And she's not cool. And then Danielle's husband did what Jennifer Aydin wishes Bill Aydin would do. He comes running. Are you okay, honey? Sees, checks on his wife, where Bill Aydin's like, I'm so drunk. I just puked on myself and I have to do a nose job tomorrow just get me up at 8 for the nose job. And he comes out and he goes, Jen, that's horrible. You should be ashamed of yourself. And they walk away. And of course, Bill has to find out from other people because he stays so far away from Jennifer Aydin. And that has been one of her gripes about him, is that you don't have my back. You're out here hugging Melissa and Joe Gorga. That makes me look bad. Because they're not on the same page. They're not in love. They're stuck in this marriage, unfortunately. I wish they were in love for their kids because they have a beautiful family, but they're not. And we've seen through the years the little bit of therapy they tried to do. It's not good. It's not good. Where Danielle and her husband, love him or hate him, they like each other. He's like, I like her. She likes me. We love our genitals. That he's got her back. Bill doesn't have her back. So then Danielle goes in and she's like, your wife is a dirty dog. She's a bitch. And when you go to sleep at night, you're sleeping next to a dirty ass dog. Just so you know. Bill Aydin, you're sleeping next to the devil. And Danielle's husband's like, all right, baby, let's go. And then he's like, supporting her in the car. You don't deserve that. You're a wonderful friend. Everything a husband should say if you're in some kind of violent altercation with a friend, which is ridiculous. But I mean, it's it's true. Your friend, your husband should be like your biggest supporter in that situation. Melissa, thank you so much. I missed you as well. Please give us an update on the date when you can. Ponard, thank you for being a member for 13 months. I'm late, but would love for you to. I think maybe I read that already. If I didn't, I apologize. But I'm gonna try my best. So I've never seen someone react right as fast, like Kirsty saying, I have never seen someone react and smash so fast as Danielle. It was impressive. Again, I don't advocate for violence except for when I advocate for violence. Jennifer Aiden thought she could punk Danielle. Or what did Danielle say? When I grow up, it's called, there was a name. Someone will put it in the chat. I forgot what she called it, but I was like, oh yeah, I've heard that. So these women who shouldn't be physically fighting, but Jennifer Aiden, she pushed that neck and Danielle was like, bam, like she was just ready over the side. I was like, oh my God, this is Jersey goodness. I know it's horrible for me to say that, but it is Jersey goodness. And then Danielle left and Bill Aiden's like, oh, I guess eventually I'll have to go check on my wife. And he goes out there, he's like, did you hit another one? She's like, yeah, Bill, I did. Okay. Verve is saying Danielle's classless. Well, I think the whole situation's kind of classless, but but I understand what you're saying. Allie says Bill was giving, I still reside in the pool house. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. It was disgusting, but that was a straight impulse hit. She just went, boom, yoked. She goes, you yoked me. You yoked me, bro. She yoked me. And where I'm from, they yoked me. You ain't going to yoke me. It's so ridiculous, but it's also somewhat entertaining because it's so Jersey. And yes, Tracy, all that free hair ruined. All that free hair. So now Jennifer Aiden has to, in this most recent episode, everyone's trying to dissect like what happened, who hit who first. Teresa goes, oh my God, I don't even remember. And they're like, even Gia's like, Mom, weren't you standing right there? And Teresa's like, I think I turned away for a second. And there you see Teresa. She's like, what's going on over there? And she looks to the side. And that's when this all happens. Teresa's like, huh? So she doesn't know. None of them have seen the tape, which is why the reunion would be interesting to get their reactions now, knowing that Jennifer Aiden was the instigator in this sense, but she made it seem like Danielle was so in her face. They were both in each other's faces. Yes, Danielle does a lot of this, but Jennifer Aiden was clearly instigating it and saying things like, calm down. You got to calm down, Danielle. You got to calm down. But the things she's saying to her and the way she's behaving is definitely trying to provoke her. And Chivy says, long time coming for Jen. I mean, Jen is someone, she runs her mouth and she has been physical with people on the show in the past. And I just think she has never, she tried to be physical with Melissa Gorga. And Melissa Gorga, is she going to pick up a, knife? Is she going to try to Candace? Yeah. Are you going to be scared? No. But Danielle, like, she just had the reflexes of, nobody's yoking me. Anna says, I feel like we watched two different shows. Oh my God. Please let me know how you feel. But I was shocked that I actually was like, I understand more of where Danielle's coming from in this sense than Jennifer Aiden. And I have been someone in the past who has been entertained by Jennifer Aiden, or I've appreciated certain things about Jennifer Aiden. But I do think in this particular situation, it's like, well, Jen Aiden, what do you expect? I mean, you go there, you're provoking it, you push her out with like the choke, she's going to come back and hit you. And I think Jennifer Aiden has been building a case against Danielle. And Danielle needed a storyline, okay? Because we can't just be, I'm fighting with my brother and I'm fighting with my dad because they don't give me enough attention. I got bougie kids. That's not enough. All right. Verve says a dirty client stuffing glam squad and entertainers, and she called Jen dirty. Okay, so Verve is saying a dirty client stuffing glam squad and entertainers, and she called Jen dirty. Mimi says no, Jen was the one pushing. Yes, Jen pushed. She was pushing Danielle, and then didn't Jen get a suspension? I think there's like talks about possibly something might happen. I don't know. DGF said Jennifer's paid bloggers are easy to spot because they really don't vary from the script, deflecting or insults. Terry saying team Danielle. Neon is agreeing with DGF. Kate says, yes, Danielle only had fighting with family members who aren't on the show. It wasn't very interesting. Like, I was like, when is Danielle going to do something? And I guess now she's done something. I think probably the best thing for her regarding the show is going against Teresa and Jennifer Aiden. It'll be interesting because Danielle has developed a friendship with Melissa Gorga and developed now a friendship again with Rachel Fuda. And Jen Fessler, meanwhile, is out here. She loves Jennifer Aiden. They're a little friendship. They love to have drinks. Jennifer Aiden loves her. And she also loves the fact that Jen Fessler loves her. And Margaret previously had said, well, just so you know, Jen Fessler is never going to love you more than she loves me. But it seems like Jen Fessler definitely loves Teresa and Jennifer Aiden more than she loves Margaret. Anna says they were both suspended during filming. It was investigated. They were both cleared to resume filming. Thank you, Anna, for the updates. Patty says Danielle is boring. Yep. Lucinda says I'm glad Danielle did it because Jen is always the one who goes. She does take things too far. Neon D says Jen smirked while she was lying to get Dan. Yeah, she knew what she was doing. She may have money, but she's always been low class. Stephanie says we used to call it mushing. Oh, really? Like if someone yokes you, it's a mushing. Interesting. It's interesting. Buddy says, as someone who was born and raised in Jersey, I'm Team Danielle in this one. Interesting. Well, I like that you guys have differing opinions. I think that's fun for us to kind of break it down. I was honestly surprised. I was at first, when the first story came out about Danielle, I was like, that's kind of shitty, I guess. And the lady was there. And then the more these weird hair girl stories are coming out, and I'm like, I think I might be leaning a little more toward Danielle in this sense. So we're getting, different friendships and different people leaving sides, like the Jackie leaving Margaret and Melissa Gorga's side to go to Teresa and Jennifer Aiden's side. Teresa and Jennifer Aiden. I mean, Teresa couldn't be more open in the last couple episodes that, yeah, we want Jackie to be our friend because we want her to out Margaret. Because Marge is so evil. We want to use all of Jackie's knowledge she has on Margaret. Because according to them, Jackie is a vault of Jackie herself, I think, as a selling point to them, was like, I know where all the bodies are buried. But I don't want to do it. But it's only a matter of time. I'm sure Jackie's already singing like a canary to them about all that she knows about Margaret. And some people are saying, and let me know what you guys think in the chat, but some people are saying that they think that it was a way for Jackie to sell her book. Because remember, in this episode of Teresa's Tulum party where the fight happened, Jackie awkwardly goes up to Gia and says, oh, hi, Gia, honey. Yes. Oh, my God, on my book tour, everyone's obsessed with asking questions about me and your mom. And Gia's like, that was weird. That was weird, Jackie. Why? What? So it seems like the press she's doing for the book, aligning herself with Teresa, is going to get her, whether you like Teresa or not, Teresa gets clicks and views. I mean, people are going to click on the Teresa stuff. Even people that don't like Teresa are going to click on the Teresa and go, what's this bitch doing? So it seems like she's doing it more. It's plausible that she is befriending them to get a spot back on the show. Also being mad at Margaret, thinking maybe Margaret, was behind her not possibly coming back as a full-time person, or her just getting sick of Margaret, or that she used Teresa and Jennifer Aiden to kind of revamp her image and sell this book. DGF says a mush is a full-palmed, full-faced push. Oh, like one of those, Yes. Hey, Rusty Toddler. Immortal says Jen Shaw on this show would have been intense. Oh, so intense. Terry says, what is going on with Jackie? She seems unhinged. Something's going on with Jackie for sure. It's the switch up of all switch ups. And it could be like any of the things I just named, or she feels as though she was, let's be honest, Jackie was a Teresa fan before she came on the show. She went to a Teresa meet and greet. I'll tell you, I'm not going to go to a Teresa meet and greet unless I'm kind of like a Teresa fan. And she was there and took a picture with her. Layla says Jen instigates a lot and knows when she's getting a reaction out of someone. I'm sure the producers love her for, yes, bringing the drama, though. The rest of the cast isn't doing much. No, Jennifer Aiden puts the work in as far as drama goes for a cast member. And I will say my heart does kind of hurt for Jennifer Aiden at times because I think she does want this. I think a lot of it probably stems from her relationship with Bill and the toxicity there, and the cheating and that coming out and the way it did. I mean, very hurtful. Pamela says Jen always seems to be stirring the pot a little. She understands the assignment. End up says Jennifer needs a job or a hobby. She's the definition of a housewife, busybody in everyone's business. Yeah. And Buddy says Jennifer's petty. Yeah, she is. Kate says that was a bit sad. Teresa being Teresa and publicly verbalizing that she's using Jackie. And it makes Jackie look pathetic. And Jackie has prided herself on being smarter than the rest of them. And now they're like, she thinks she's smarter than the rest of us, but she's not. Even Teresa was like, karma's a bitch. So ultimately, Teresa doesn't want to be friends with Jackie. She wants Jackie's knowledge. She wants to use Jackie as a tool to take down Margaret. That's all Jackie is. Now, if Jackie is going to use Teresa as a tool to sell more books or get more followers, and that works for her, maybe. However, some people are saying, like Reality T has a whole article saying how Jackie Goldschneider, how her RHONJ gamble on Teresa Giudice has backfired. So according to realityt.com, Jackie Goldschneider is currently playing with house money on the Real Housewives of New Jersey when it comes to her friendship with Teresa Giudice. But the dealer, aka the fans, can see this won't end with a pot of gold at the end of the night. Jackie seemed like a strong, intelligent woman when she came on the series, but now that intelligence is being questioned. The once proud Jackie is now looking like a pawn to Tree. And we all know this isn't going to end well. I mean, yeah. I thought Jackie was smart. I mean, the woman is a lawyer and a writer. You just can't be that blind to the truth. The Real Housewives of New Jersey season 14 shows fans that Jackie truly believed she was starting to form a lifelong friendship with the OG. But Tree had other ideas. She sets her sights on a co-star who has a plethora of information and tries to shake it out of them. While at the Zentuary with Jennifer Aiden and Dolores, Tree lets her cards show. The ladies are at war, and the series is no longer about an actual friend group, but rather clear sides. Teresa, who clearly thinks of herself as a general, is strategically playing the methodical takedown of Margaret Josephs. During the Zen conversation, they were like doing the sound baths. Dolo noted that Jackie isn't as nice as she pretends to be. In this moment, Teresa reveals what her true motives are for her new blooming friendship. Who cares about Jackie? Tree asked Dolores. That was interesting when they were at the Buddha place and Teresa's like, who cares about Jackie? I need her to take down Margaret. She further opened up in a confessional pointing to her and Jackie's volatile past. Karma's a bitch, Teresa laughed. Checkmate, Jackie. Most people back Margaret after she sent Jackie's text message abuse about Dolores to Dolores herself. The move was savage. It was savage. And it makes you think, even Rachel Fuda was like, I am not texting you, girl. Do not send any of my texts over. But it's clear that the Marge had grown tired of Jackie, someone she'd stuck by through thick and thin in the past. I am not sure Jackie actually thought about the repercussions of befriending Tree. She surely didn't predict Marge's actions. Despite warnings, she had an arsenal in prior seasons. For me, the main issue with Jackie's friendship, according to realityt.com, is with Teresa is that she was a fan. Exactly what I was saying before joining the show. Thankfully, photos last a lifetime, and we've all seen Jackie at Tree's book signing. The other bit that gets me is Jackie's mean words for Teresa for the last few seasons. I mean, Jackie was vicious to Teresa, and Teresa was vicious to Jackie. They don't seem like two people who are gonna ever get along or should be friends. Like they just don't really make sense. There was the time Jackie made an analogy about Gia Giudice doing drugs that we're still talking about in this season regarding John Fuda. And if he said this, and Jen Fessler's like, he didn't say that. And then Rachel Fuda's like, you're obsessed with me. Don't have my back. And they got in a fight. On Watch What Happens Live episode, Andy Cohen asked Jackie, what do you admire most about Teresa as a businesswoman? After an extremely long pause, she answered, she knows how to license her name on things. Andy launched another probe asking, out of her 4 New York Times bestselling books, which is your favorite to read? The question was a clear reference to the photo of Jackie at an early book signing, but the lawyer quipped, I would say the last one that the ghostwriter wrote. Remember, Jackie's always like, you didn't write your books, Teresa, and we know she didn't. I mean, that Teresa wrote. So imagine fans' surprise when Jackie tried to turn around this season of The Real Housewives of New Jersey and pretend she had always had some sort of bond with Tree. The math ain't mathin'. Fans are not the only ones confused by Jackie's move. The rest of the Jersey cast also think the move is cuckoo bananas. Danielle Cabral verbalized what everyone was thinking best, saying, after all this, when Teresa's like, yeah, Jack, she's going to be left on the floor like Teresa, we're best friends. Dolores had more of a visceral reaction about Jackie while talking to Jen and Tree, noting she thought she was better than me and she thinks she's better than the two of you, but she needs you right now. Most co-stars agree that Jackie has only made friends with Tree in order to curry favor with viewers and sell more copies of her book, The Weight of Weight, or whatever it's called. Jackie potentially pretending to be friends with someone she despised isn't coming across well. It's not coming across well to me. Viewers want authenticity, but it's lacking. To most, what Jackie's trying to do is very obvious. And while Jackie insists she has moved on from Teresa spreading rumors about her marriage, do you ever move on from that? I mean, I wouldn't if someone was spreading rumors about my marriage. The notion still seems laughable. At this point, I think Jackie has drunk the Kool-Aid and truly believes that if she makes friends with Tree, she will be safe from the eventual recasting. Sadly, the gamble has backfired for her. Fans are now just waiting for the moment Jackie wises up. And I think that realityt.com hit the nail on the head with that one. Pat Clark says, I heard the hairdresser Lena on a podcast and didn't believe a word she said. When I heard Lena wanted to bring Laura, I knew Lena was up to no good, right? Laura is obviously the one that they were like, oh, she knows about the, affair or whatever with or Melissa Gorga's alleged affair. Anna says, desperate Jackie is both sad and entertaining to me. What an interesting comparison. She's the Sheena of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Dawn says, Jen pushed her because she was in her personal space. Danielle belongs on the Jersey Shore. She belongs to the shore. She is young and immature. She isn't housewife material. I mean, that, Dawn, you're not wrong. And she's also broke compared to the other women. So yes, and the Jersey Shore ladies, I mean, maybe you just mean the Jersey Shore in general, but if you're talking about the actual Jersey Shore show, I mean, all those ladies have more money than her probably. Valerie says, these reality shows are a real life game of Survivor. They really are. Who will survive? And notice, Renee says, notice Jackie's husband hasn't been around. Oh, not Evan. Also, how are you going to be friends with Teresa when Teresa basically has the biggest lady boner for your husband? Remember, Teresa was like, Evan's so fine. Like, Teresa was in her yoga poses thinking about Evan, allegedly. Obviously, allegedly. Yes, Evelyn, thank you for being a member for 37 months and saying, hit that like, folks. N-Dub says, Jackie has been a pawn for the entire time. It's sad, honestly. It is sad because Jackie just seems very much like a pick-me. Thank you, Sarah. I missed you too. Yes, Nicole, you said it right before me. Pick me, girl. Verve says, everyone's been vicious to Teresa, though, and what I'm learning is that they're still on friendly terms. Her and Jackie. Yeah, it looks like her and Jackie and Jen Fessler and Jen Aiden, they're all on friendly terms. Danielle is the next Jackie. Fudos will stay, N-Dub said, friends with the Gorgas. They have the same nasty streak like the Marge. Anna says, I think we'll see less of G on Housewives once her new show. Yes, there is that new show. And while I was off for the week, they were posting pictures of them filming, and it's like the House Kids starts airing, and I think there was a scene with Brooks Marks and maybe Kim Zolciak, Bierman's youngest, I forgot her name, and one other, was it Candy's daughter? So as much as I'm like, I don't want to see the kids, I mean, they're all adults now, whatever. I'll watch the damn, I'll check out the show. I will check out the damn show. Mallory says, I wonder what Jersey Shore would have been like with Danielle C on the cast. I think she would have been a perfect fit for that damn show. I mean, we know from her time on, what was it, MTV True Life? She had a couple episodes. She's long been trying to be famous and be an actress. And now Danielle has transitioned into reality TV. So it's interesting. Beach says, is it me or does Jackie seem lit every episode? Sometimes, yeah, so lit that sometimes her eyes are going cross. And I'm like, what is going on, Jackie? Jackie's like, I didn't say it. Oh, Joe Beningo, Joe the plumber. Oh, and Joe the plumber was like, you're so beautiful, Jackie. Oh, no. Yes, Brooks Marks tracksuits. And we learned a valuable lesson today, Michelle. We learned what mush is. Candy's daughter. So that, I mean, that could be fun. It could be fun. I'm open. I'm open because we are lacking on Bravo shows right now. I know OC is going to start soon, but really we have Jersey. Is anything else currently airing on Bravo that anybody's watching? I don't think so. Danielle. And Danielle gives me a little bit of JWoww vibes in that she's ready with that bam right to the side of the head. So that would have been interesting. Marge, they could have got rid of that Angeline a long time ago and maybe just replaced her with Danielle. Marge has, and DGF says, has and enforces boundaries. Teresa's literally mad at Marge looking out for her and her daughters in actuality. Oh. How so? Please explain, DGF. Deborah says, like I said before, Jennifer got Bill wrapped around her finger. She spins everything. I think because he got caught cheating. So when you get caught with your wiener in something it's not supposed to be in, you then have that upper hand. But I mean, it's not a good upper hand to have. You have the upper labia. Patty says, yes, Jolene, that was so weird that I was uncomfortable, Patty, with that scene. I was like, Oh my God, buddy. I hate Paul. I hate Irish Paul. I thought he was okay for a while. Now I'm like, shut up, Paul. He's trying to tell her what to do with her body. He's like, let's do an electrical company. No, Dolores. I love Dolores, but I hate that she is so, that she's like this with men. I feel like these men just take advantage of her. These men just give her the runaround and she's like, it's okay. I don't want to talk about it. He should be divorced. He should be kissing the freaking ground. So grateful he gets to date you. He should shut up about what you do with your body. And he knows you want a ring on it, so he should put a damn ring on it, not a light bulb. You think Dolores is an electrician? No. Even her own daughter, her wonderful veterinarian daughter is like, I'm sorry, what? Mom, you're doing electricity? Yeah, Polly is the biggest letdown. Mallory, 100%. He's a creeper. He's annoying. I'm just over him. Yeah, Dolores is just, she's maybe one of the worst. Teresa too, but she's really bad at picking the dudes. And she's a pusher. She's such a strong force. But when it comes to these guys, I'm like, him, it looks like he just came out of one of those, like, you know, when you twist the thing and it's got the muffins or the biscuits in it. And it's like, that's Polly, but red. That's it. And they're just like, okay. That dude couldn't tell me nothing. He couldn't tell me nothing. I'll be like, no. Austin Fly Girl says, I just hate seeing Dolores. Yes. And yet another man who looks good on paper, but these men who don't commit. And check the taxes, Dolores. I'm telling you, just check it. Again, I'm going to say this again. I don't know if I'm right, but I feel like I am. When men do this and women too, and they stay married, there's more to it. And a lot of times there's like weird tax issues. There's weird fraudulent things happening. So check it before you go in business with this man. Why is it so hard for him to get out of a marriage that he has been separated from and doesn't want to be in for 10 years? There is something more to it. Mallory says Dolores acting like being brought into some sham of a business. Yeah, she goes, it's a commitment. I'm like, no, Dolores. But anyone that could be married to Frank Sr., I'm sorry, I think Frank Sr. sucks. I know some people think he's entertaining. I don't get it. I'm like his daughter. I feel like the veterinarian daughter is like, she don't have time for him. Neither do I. I'm over him. I don't care about Frank Sr. I really don't. Layla says, I liked Paul last year, but this season he's giving me ick. Maybe his family covered for his true. Yes, because his mom was so cute and his sisters, and they love Dolores so much. And they probably are hoping that a woman can come in and save the day, which again, not our job. But no, he clearly has problems. Hello, irrelevant photons. Oh my God, I'm here just in time to go to bed. Oh, I hope you get all the good rest. Layla says Dolores is so beautiful and sweet. I'm so sad, right? She never gets a genuine guy who commits. Jay Wiggle, I think you're right. And I love your dog. What kind of dog is that? Bill can't afford to leave Jen. He can't. No. Anna says, my theory has always been that Dolores chooses unavailable men so she doesn't actually have to get married. Really? Because she makes it seem like she does want this marriage and commitment, but maybe she is so um what she went through with Frank Sr. She's like, I don't want to do that again. John Fuda is trending. Well, I'm gonna put him in the in the the hashtags for this. What is he trending about? John Fuda. Oh, about Gia lashing out. When Gia said, keep my name out of whatever your comparison is, I kind of agree. I understand Gia's on the show. I don't really think Gia should be on the show, but whatever. But I kind of agree with her. Like, let's not bring up that weird analogy because it does imply that Gia's it doesn't, but it does now all these years later that it aligns cocaine and coke with her. So yeah, some people stay married to avoid another marriage. Tracy, great points, and I think that's what he's doing. A wire fox terrier is so cute. It kind of got little like my little Buffy ears there, which I think Buffy is like my little doggy. She is a mix of a poodle, Westie, maybe some kind of terrier. Elizabeth says, I'm just waiting for the scene where Rachel calls Teresa hot dog lips. There's a hot dog lip scene. Oh, I'm here for that. I am here. Yes, I don't know why we're seeing so much Gia. And again, it's not an equal playing field because everyone's like, don't talk about the kids, the daughter. And that's such a big thing on the Housewives. But now we put Gia in the mix and it's just awkward and weird. And she shouldn't be hanging out with her mom's friend. Let her have her own life. Go on the House Kids show. But why are you here, Gia? Please. No. No, exactly, Jackie. Jackie says, I do not like Gia being part. No, you're too young, Gia. You're not even married. You have a whole life out there to live and world to experience. Stay away from this. Do something else. Yes, please smash that like if you haven't already. Tesker says, y'all, I need the laughs today, and I know I can find them here. Just rewind a little bit. We were funnier earlier, I feel like. Everyone's funny in the chat still, but I was funnier earlier. Hot dog lips. Sarah McBride, I cannot wait till the hot dog lips. So that's my opinion on the recent episodes of Jersey and a little reaction, a recap, you guys. We're almost at 2 hours, so I am going to wrap it up. Shout out to all of my super chatters today. You guys have been almost 500 people strong for this live, and I appreciate you. Alexia, thank you for becoming a member. Karen, thank you for becoming a member. Super chat from Evelyn, Jill Christine, Steven, thank you for being a member for 9 months. Brandy, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Amalesh, shout out to you. Also, you guys, Amalesh did send me 2 of his books, and they're called Untitled Stories of Catharsis. It's super cool poetry. So I have these books here. If you want to get your own copy of Amalesh's book, you can check it out, I believe, at Barnes & Noble, but feel free, Amalesh, to put it in the comments or the live chat. The best way to get a copy of this. I do have an extra book I do want to gift to one of you, but I just haven't thought of what we're going to do to figure out who gets the gift. So if anyone has any fun ideas, let me know, but I'll probably send the book and then some of my bracelets that I make. You know, I love to make a little something with the beaded bracelets, but we can do a little fun giveaway. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, artists. Thank you, Brandy, for the super chat. Jamie for the super chat. Kelly, Lala, aka Laura, and Christy. Shout out to you. 32 months. I'm not worthy. Tiara, thank you so much for the super chat. Chickenhead, PK Neely, Paw Nerd for becoming a member. Melissa, I can't wait to hear about your date. If you put it in the chat, I didn't see it, so comment on the video after if you want. And Evelyn, thank you so much for everything and for being a member for 37 months. I truly am not worthy. Yes, I got to do more bracelet giveaways, and I also have to start putting them back on my Etsy. I just haven't, you know me. The book can be what are you saying? Tess says, have Frank think up a math problem. Oh yeah, maybe I'll do it on a Night Pants with Nana, because we got to get one of those in this week for our Patreon members and our YouTube members. Sarah says, making bracelets is like an ADHD requirement. I make them too. I have so many. you made like 10,000 at first and haven't picked it back up. It's totally true. I will sit and watch a show and make like 1,000,000 bracelets and then never do anything with them. And I used to send them out, and sometimes I would sell them. And you know what? I think I'm going to bring a lot of these to my shows. It's going to be like the Taylor Swift Eras tour. I'm going to bring a lot of the bracelets I make to my shows in Arizona and San Diego. And everyone I meet, I'm going to hand out a bunch of bracelets. So I do have an Etsy. It's not updated. So I'll post a link when I update it, because you'll be like, what the hell is this? But I did used to do Etsy. And thank you for the birthday wishes for Lucy. My niece turned 10 on the 28th and my nephew turned 7. So we've been celebrating on the 15th. So yeah, and I'll see you, girl, and I will give you one of these bracelets. But you guys, please comment after the video posts. It helps me in the algorithm, and I get to see all of your comments I didn't get to see in the live chat. And also hit that like, subscribe, send me out to your friends. We're so close to 40,000 subscribers. And like I always say, have a wonderful day, and always remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you see.